Hello, everybody. Welcome to Building and Chatting. We got Ace here because he's a
Hey
big
guys.
Marvel fan, and we are both big comic nerds. So today we are going to be reviewing Agatha All Along, probably one of the worst Disney Marvel shows alongside She-Hulk and Miss Marvel. Let's get.
Hey, can't forget Secret Invasions. Just saying. Can't forget that. Definitely in the top four right now. Worst shows
Can you
out
hear
there.
me?
Huh?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, give me 1 second. I just gotta mute.
Okay.
No, we just talk for a bit. Like, tell them what we're gonna do.
All right. So guys, we're gonna talk about the show. We're gonna give our kind of overall opinions on this show, Agatha All Along, a spinoff to WandaVision that came out all the way back in 2021. Took 4 years to get a spinoff from it. We're going to be getting Vision Quest later on, and that's going to be a spinoff show when it comes out. But we're going to talk about Agatha all along. We're going to give our opinions about it, and then stay tuned for later on in the channel. We're going to be talking about Venom, The Last Dance, and maybe
Yep.
some other stuff later down the line because there was a ton of movie news that came out today. So yeah,
We got a lot of big news. No,
we got a lot of big news, and it's going to be amazing.
but first of all, if anyone saw, because this came out before the election, but if you saw, Donald Trump won the election, and Skyrim won the Lego election. Let's
Yes, Skyrim. Good job, man.
go, Skyrim.
We still don't know what he won, but he won something. He won a bag of potatoes.
He won a bag of potatoes, and he also is the Lego Building and Chatting president for 4 years until the next one.
Yes, until the next presidential election.
So
Which
that
I'm gonna put him down on a pedestal. I'm gonna be like, all right, time to sit down. It's my
so
time.
so it might be Ace versus Skyrim in 4 years. We will see.
We will see.
But we are going to be talking about, of course, Agatha all along. Like Mr. Ace said, Mr. Studios over here said. But first of all, I think like every show, you have to talk about the first 2 episodes. I mean, no, two, because they
Yeah,
released
whatever
2.
they are premiering with.
Yeah, but all right. So the first 2 episodes. Let's get right on into it. Ace, do you want to take the first one, or you want me to do this?
I'll take on the first episode. So
Go.
oh no.
Are you already losing? He's like, I don't know.
I don't know, but so they aired it off with 2 episodes. The first episode, not gonna lie, it was all right. I kind of liked the idea of it being a detective show, which was kind of out of left field, but I don't know what they were going with because that was the whole promotional material until they started pumping out episodes. We're like, oh no, it's not a detective show. It's full on a Disney Channel show. But the first episode, it wasn't that bad. They revealed that the Scarlet Witch is dead. They have the body. They pretty much showed her off in the same outfit as she was in WandaVision. But
and Multiverse of Madness.
And they introduced the Green Witch, who plays a very significant role later on, who is Death from the comics, which I mean the show's been out for 2 weeks, so
and that episode's been out for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah. And yeah, it was interesting. I mean, there's nothing much I can really say besides the fact that she plopped on full on in the middle of the street butt naked. I mean, what?
Yeah.
I did not expect that at all. I was pretty much done after that episode. I didn't clock in for any of the episodes until the finale dropped because everybody was talking about the intro for the final 2 episodes, where it was a sizzle reel of all the upcoming trailers for next year. And so I clocked in. I started watching the rest of the show, and definitely it's something. It's a show for sure, but it wasn't a bad start. Definitely wasn't good.
Well, the thing that you forgot to mention to the audience was that this episode it's not that she just shows up naked in the middle of the street. It's that she a little girl looks at her, finds her hot, and then the parents cover her eyes, and then
Yeah, and then you had the
Agatha,
neighbors showing up
yeah,
afterwards.
yeah, then Agatha runs into her house or whatever.
Yeah, it was something.
That was weird. Yeah.
Yeah, and then let us into episode 2.
Yeah, I mean, episode 2 was the episode where they get like all the witches together, and then they go what they make the portal to the witches road. That's it, right? That's it. That's all that happened.
That was pretty much it. It's just getting the crew together, and it was all these different witches. Like you had one witch that makes candles for people who can eat. And then you had the cult of witches that just show up.
Yeah.
No explanation. They don't even show up later on in the show, which I thought they were going to show up at some point. I don't know why they didn't. And then, yeah, you had them sing another witch song about the Witch's Road.
Down the Witch's Road.
Exactly. But the thing is, that was actually better than the Acolyte. The thread.
Yeah. The power of one, the power of two, the power of the Witch's Road.
Down the Witch's Road. But that was pretty much it. And the Witch's Road, that whole part of it, not gonna lie, you could definitely tell that this was a full-on Disney Channel show. The moment they started getting down on the Witch's Road, like you had one episode where they were in this house.
This is the greatest
drinking wine. And then you had another episode where they were playing with the Ouija board.
Yeah.
And it was like, and then you had a rock episode. Like, definitely it did take some inspiration from WandaVision because of the time period skips.
Yeah.
But it was just really confusing why they would even do that. And you could definitely tell with the budget. It was Disney Channel crap. Like, I kid you not.
Like, we're not giving a budget. We're not giving a budget for this.
It was, oh my gosh, The Witch's Road, you could definitely tell it's a full-on set. A full-on set, and that's it. They didn't shoot it out in the woods, which honestly would have been cool, to be quite frank. I mean, you had the red pine forest in California. Looks amazing. It's where they shot the freaking Star Wars movies. I mean, you could go shoot over there. But you could definitely tell it's a set.
Yeah.
And it was definitely a Disney Channel thing. When they were playing with the Ouija board, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm so glad I did not clock in for this show when it came out. Because if I would have saw that, I probably would have been like, but.
Yeah, but no, what was episode 2 was just that, getting the crew together and going through the Witch's Road. 3 was
the one with the house and they were drinking wine. And
a
little bit of character development.
We got some Y moms talking to each other.
Literally, this whole show was made for witches, witch fans, and 40-year-old moms that like to drink wine. I mean, Dave Filoni's wife would have loved this show.
You know what this sounds like? It sounds like the right show for Karens out here.
I kid you not, would have been amazing. I'm surprised they didn't come out. But then, I mean, yeah, the show did start to pick up a bit because of the last 2 episodes dropping the trailer sizzle reel. So, yeah, I don't know. What did you think about those 3 episodes where it was a rock concert, you had the wine house, and then you had a Ouija board episode?
No, 3, 4, and 5 are all of those.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, it was 3, 4, and 5. 3, I think 3 is the wine mom. 4 is the metal rock of the Witch's Road to kill the demon, and then 5 is where Agatha and Lady Death start to kiss, and then they're like, the teenager is not your son or whatever, and then they get thrown into the mud pit or whatever, right?
Which we knew that. We knew that the teen wasn't going to be Agatha's kid.
No, and this is the thing I love about this, Ace.
What?
I love Funko, and I'm a Funko Pop collector. Funko leaked Death and Wiccan before episode 6. The Pops leaked.
And then not only that, the trailers revealed that the teen was already going to be Billy to begin with. Because Agatha's kid, like, he gets a vague mention in the comics. Vague mention. You don't even get to see what he really looks like in the comics, but he definitely doesn't use blue magic. The only sorcerer to use blue magic is Billy Maximoff, the made-up child through reality magic.
Yeah, and also the other thing with that too, with Billy and stuff, he figures out the name of Agatha's kid or something, and then says Nicholas, and that's how they stop. And that's the weirdest thing because I'm Nick.
Yeah.
And so that was a little weird too, but also that's how they stop it. They say its name. He kills one of the witches, and then they run out and safe again.
Yeah, and they didn't even show Nick. They showed the mother of Agatha.
Yeah.
What? But then, yeah, you did have a whole flashback episode where we got to see Agatha with her kid, and not gonna lie, that was, in my opinion, besides the finale, which thank God it had ended, but for some reason they're trying to spin off a season 2, possibly. But
no, they said it's not getting a season 2, so it's going to continue into.
It's setting up into like some weird Billy Maximoff spin-off show, which we
Billy
don't
and
need.
Tommy.
We don't need it. Stop with these Disney Plus streaming shows. You don't need to oversaturate the market because the next year we're getting like 5 shows and 3 Marvel movies. Like we're back to 2021, 2022 again. But
and Blade's canceled.
Yeah, Blade got canceled, which, oh my gosh, the fact that we're gonna literally. Okay, so apparently the sword that the Daywatcher, the Blade character, uses was in this show. I went back through the show, couldn't find it at all, but people said that it was in there. You had him show up in Eternals, and then you had him show up in Marvel Zombies. That is it. There is no Blade at all, which is crazy. But, I mean, I guess that's going to be cool for Marvel Zombies. That's going to be the only take.
Also, the other thing is we had one of the best character actors of all time. Not Mahershala Ali.
That was him.
Yeah, thank you. It's hard to say sometimes. But he looks like he was going to be a great Blade. But you had another character actor right next to him at the end of Eternals. What the fuck happened with Kit Harington and Black Knight?
Exactly. What the fuck? I know that was supposed to be a Midnight Suns thing, but literally, oh my gosh!
Know. You had your dream team right there. And all you had to do, guys, they were trying to make this about Blade's daughter and Blade's like a wife and all this. No, it's have Blade kill some vampires. Yeah.
And then,
have Blade kill vampires, and then if you want to, just have the Black Knight come out and save him somehow, and bam, you got Black Knight and Blade right there.
Exactly. And then, let's see. I'm trying to think of what else was in Agatha. Like, yeah, we had Death show up, which, not gonna lie, some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that they showed with Death's character, the whole skull, bottom half of her face is all makeup. It's all prosthetics.
Yeah, but
I thought that was CGI'd in because, not gonna lie, I thought it was like, that kind of looks fake. And then they showed it. I was like, oh, that actually is really good. Besides Agatha, the actress that plays her, Death was probably the best character in this entire show. And I'm not just saying that because she is a fine actress, but she actually seemed like a real character, a real person.
Yeah.
But then she started and it made to seem like Agatha was the bad guy in the relationship, even though Death had to take the kid, which isn't even really implied why. But the whole flashback episode and the flashback and the finale was probably the best 2 episodes in the entire show.
No, they alluded to it when when they see the visions and stuff too, that Agatha gave her kid for the Darkhold, and then Death took the kid.
Yeah, and we don't even see the Darkhold in this show. Even in the flashback, we don't see it. We don't.
It's the crib with the Darkhold in it.
Yeah,
but that's what they were alluding to. So, it's more of that's the thing with this show. It was more like they alluded to stuff. Here's the thing I wanted to say. There's one show that does stuff like this, character origin stuff that's with characters that's set thousands of years before, but we don't know, or no hundreds
Yeah.
actually for this show. And going back to Kit Harington, House of the Dragon, 200 years before Game of Thrones, and they have more of a story and more, and the story changed from the books. Things with Viserys is completely different in the
Yeah.
show, but Viserys is the best character, and Viserys' makeup was also prosthetic with a little bit of CGI so they could take part of his face off. But seriously, House of the Dragon is the exact same. I love this is the thing I love about this is House of the Dragon always gets mentioned because it's so similar to other things, but it's so much better.
Yeah,
But
and that's what I've heard about House of the Dragon a lot.
that's all people have talked about this.
And not gonna
House
lie,
of the Dragon,
like
House of the Dragon,
House of the Dragon, like I've seen clips online. I have yet to watch the show. I'm waiting to get Max back on my my Xbox, but freaking that's on a budget of $200 million.
Yeah.
How is House of the Dragon look 10 times better than your typical Marvel show?
And the whole Red Keep. The Red Keep is a full set. There's no CGI to it. It's a full walking set. You can actually walk around. It's an actual building. They walk around in and do stuff in. And Dragonstone is real with a little CGI. All of these locations are real.
Literally, like the only show that probably looks just as good as House of the Dragon is probably Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki. Like you had that one shot in Loki where you could tell that is a full-on CGI shot when they're looking at the house for Kang's variant. You could tell that whole thing was CGI. That whole shot of the house CGI, and it looked bad. But those are the only two shows that look probably as close to House of the Dragon. Now, yes, Agatha, I think it had a budget of maybe $120 million, and that's still more than freaking Kenobi. How the hell did Obi-Wan Kenobi get a $90 million budget? But Agatha All Along got $120 to $150 million budget. Explain that to me. And then not only that, the final fight, bro, is literally a minute.
Well, there were less episodes in Kenobi too. This had 3 more.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, Obi-Wan, I think Obi-Wan had like 8 episodes.
It had 6. I think it's 6.
Okay, 6. Yeah. I was going to say 6, but I was hoping I was going to be wrong, so I went for 8.
Because it's 9 for this one, so yeah. The other Star Wars shows have 8, but this one, Kenobi had 6. Which you could have done so much with 6 episodes, but you just had the Leia plotline. Sorry. But that's another show entirely. We will talk about later.
That's a whole other show because we got some Star Wars news that actually just dropped today, and we could cover that later on for sure. Because I'm really curious about that.
I mean, we could just pre-record podcasts all night, just get stuff ready. Sure. Because Venom's not going to take long at all.
Venom's not going to take long after this.
And then we could do some Star Wars news, and then
yeah, and obviously, as everybody could tell, this is how little we care about Agatha because we're talking about other stuff when this is supposed to be.
Literally, you just went through 6 through 8 right there. You said they all die all die, or they go there and
I shared like 3 episodes of what they do, and then you have a flashback episode which we talked about. I stated that's my favorite episode, and then you have the last episode that was good, I guess. And
then it's just Billy and Agatha going to find Tommy. That's it.
Yeah, and they're fighting death, and Agatha sacrifices herself, which she's a terrible character. Agatha, I'll say this. I don't know why. Ever since the Joker movie came out, now to be fair, we had Venom.
Bad guys good.
Venom was good. I liked Venom. The Venom movies are a guilty pleasure, and I can't wait to talk about The Last Dance. But I also have criticism about that. But ever since Joker, we've had this weird facade about bad guys getting character films. The Joker movie, if it did not have Joker, I would have been okay with it. Joker Folie à Deux, terrible. I don't even want to talk about it because it's that bad. And then you had Cruella. Now, you also have Maleficent, too. Maleficent 1 was good. Second one, trash. And then, I don't know why. They just started giving all these villains character film, shows and movies to make them more relatable, more understandable. And I get it to a degree because some people like us can relate to that. With Joker, a lot of people from society who get pushed down to the point where, yes, they're going to think like that. They're going to do that kind of stuff is understandable to a degree. Cruella, understandable. She still kills dogs. A terrible person. She is a villain.
I already found a better plot for Agatha just by sitting here and thinking than what they made. You want me to tell you?
Yeah, what is it?
Show the parallels, and you should have revealed Agatha's child first episode. Well, first or second episode, right?
Yeah.
But she comes back from the world, and you show how everything happened with her.
Exactly.
And then you show why she went against Wanda, because she had the same experience. She had to give up her child for what she thought was right, and Wanda had to give up her children and her life for what she thought was right. Have the parallels between the Scarlet Witch and her fucking villain.
Yes, because the Scarlet Witch, well, yes, she's a terrible person.
Yeah.
She is still likable. Agatha could literally be a likable character. Like you said, the first step, and this is my thing too, I don't know why shows happen to do this. We're starting to get this now where shows are introducing a flashback towards the later part of the show, and it doesn't make any sense. You're literally wasting my time, bro. Like they did it with the Acolyte. We had 2 flashbacks.
Yeah, but
and like halfway through the show. Like you're wasting so much valuable time to explain something. So yeah, the first 2 episodes can be through Agatha's perspective. The first one being a flashback. Second one, you take us through the whole part where she's from her perspective of WandaVision. And then episode 3, you pick up, or at the end of episode 2, where she either at the end of episode 2 or at the beginning of 3, you introduce her as a cop, and then she's like, "Oh, I'm Agatha." Like, and then you could have had the whole Witches Road thing and actually do witch trials, which could have been whatever, to be quite frank, but definitely something different compared to drinking wine and the Ouija board. Out of all things, like seriously, like there could have been a lot of supernatural stuff that could have been introduced into this. Which
and this show needed the Kenobi approach. It needed just 6 episodes, and you could have told everything right back.
It really did.
It
dragged on way too long.
But the thing is I think this could have been a great Marvel show if they had done that, because the whole thing about Agatha was that she felt something for Scarlet Witch because of the pain they both shared, or the things that they both had in common, or the things that she knew that Wanda would have to do to help everybody. She knew that she wanted Wanda to turn bad. But Wanda didn't at the end. But when Doctor Strange got involved and all that, we saw what happened with that. But the whole thing about it is just like there was such a great parallel. What Wanda did for the Darkhold, sacrificed her children for it. Agatha did the same thing to try, because she knew that if she could sacrifice her kids, but then she could get the Darkhold to try and bring them back or make them real. Agatha did the exact same thing.
Yeah, which she could have done with this show, to be quite frank.
Yeah,
like they could have revealed that the whole reason she's trying to get her powers back is now because she has nothing left. She wants to get her powers back, so then that way she can get her kid. So the only way for her to get her kid is because she's getting her powers. She gets her powers, but now that she can get her kid back, she has to sacrifice her powers. Pretty much meaning she has to give up her life to bring her kid back. They could have done something like that, which I would have been okay with that. Like it.
A nice family story
to where it could kind of represent moms in a weird way, I guess, like being able to sacrifice yourself for your kid, because we definitely have very little of that going on. And
that could have worked,
but even still, it's kind of like,
and that also could have worked with a lot of, I guess, allegories or things that they want to show with the world now, but how things like, if you go too far, things can be dangerous for you, or have an allegory for whatever, but done it in a better way than what they did. The allegories were so in your face. This is the thing I love about House of the Dragon. And I know I keep going House of the Dragon, House of the Dragon.
I get it.
But It's one of my favorites. I have like almost a whole collection of pops right now. Like the figures are great, but the thing is, what I'm going to say about it is they do the exact same. And you said I hate how they introduce flashbacks. Like why bring a flashback? And also, I'm going to talk about Damon at Harrenhal real quick.
Yeah.
Damon at Harrenhal. You know, if you know Game of Thrones or the histories or whatever, Harrenhal is a cursed castle. The beds that people sleep on are made from the werewood trees, which have mystical properties, people's souls. You know, it's a real living thing, and people believe that the werewoods and these trees, the wood that has cursed the castle. And you kind of see that Damon starts to have nightmares, regretting everything he did to Rhaenyra, which is the queen.
Which that's
They
flashbacks done correctly, in my opinion. I mean, we don't need to waste time in a whole episode, but if you wanted to do a whole
yeah.
episode, that would be great.
Yeah, but the thing with House of the Dragon that is so amazing. It's every time Damon's at Harrenhal for each episode, you get like one or two an episode with him with the nightmares. But
Yeah.
there's one with Rhaenyra, which is his wife, but it's also his niece. Yes, Targaryen stuff gets very weird, guys. But the Targaryens are the weird ones in that show.
Yeah.
But he he sees her as like, like he failed her, and the first nightmare you see, and then Viserys, the king, um, he gets it was like the exact same dialogue, exact same thing. They bring the actors back, but it's different. It's him crying over Viserys, like crying with Viserys when he says like, you told that my unborn babe, a Viserys' unborn son was the king that never was. This is a big plot line in the first episode of House of the Dragon through the whole show. And
Yeah.
it's like he's like, and then of course Viserys' wife dies because they had to do a new technique, which of course back then was a C-section to save the son, and she died as well. And then the son died like shortly right after, and they both get burned by the dragon fire for fire and blood, the Targaryen. The name of their house, the Fire and
Yeah.
Blood Targaryen. But the thing with it is he's like, I was not here for you. I got banished because I was stupid. I wasn't here for you then, but I am here for you now.
Yeah.
Like at the funeral, because he wasn't there at when they were, wrapping her up to be burned for cremated. They wrap her up and then they burn the bodies like a mummy type thing and then burn them. But it's like he says, I'm not there. I was not there for you when you needed me. I'm here now. And when and then the final, and then this isn't a flashback. This is back to season 1. He helps Viserys climb the throne and and he drops the crown when he gets up there, and then he puts the crown back on his head and helps him to the Iron Throne because he's super sick at the end of season 1. But think about that. Look at that character development,
Yeah,
showing
that's a
that
lot of freaking character development for sure.
showing
And they
that
done it.
it's showing that of how tortured Damon felt about all of his decisions. This was how he was feeling inside, but Harrenhal made him like live it full. And
Yeah.
it's like it's his regrets, like why did I do this? And you could have done that with Agatha, with her son.
Yeah. There was a lot they could have done with Agatha. Mephisto was mentioned for the first time. Actually, name drop, which he's going to make an appearance in Ironheart.
And he was in Fortnite. Yay, Fortnite.
Exactly. We waited so long to see this guy, which, I mean, yes, you've introduced death, right? You've brought in the Witch's Road. We could have seen Hell in what it looks like in the Marvel Universe. We could have seen Mephisto. And yeah, Billy showed up at the very end. I'm surprised we didn't get Tommy showing up at the very end either, which...
Well, he did.
They're doing a whole thing with Billy Maximoff as a possible spinoff show. I bet you 100%, just like Armor Wars and just like Nova and just like Blade, those projects are going to be delayed indefinitely until somebody can figure out a story, which Armor Wars, not going to lie, no one cares. Nova, not
People,
gonna lie, nobody cares. No
yeah,
one cares about
people,
Nova unless you're trying to introduce the Young Avengers, which they've been trying to do for the past 3 years. Nobody cares at all. We've
nobody
waited,
cares.
what was it,
They had
2019?
to bring back
It's
the
got to
old
be
Avengers
2020 freaking 6,
before
2019.
Doomsday.
So we've waited about another 6 years for another Avengers movie. That
And
is
then,
so freaking long.
the funniest thing about that is who did they have to bring back just to get people interested? Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. Oh my
Yep,
god!
and hey, Scarlet Witch. It's now being reported that Wanda is going to make an appearance. She is going to. Her and Doctor Doom, they're doing it based off the comics. Scarlet Witch and Doctor Doom had a relationship at one point, and they're going to use Elizabeth Olsen and Robert Downey Jr. to show that on screen. Which, not gonna lie, cool, I guess.
Yeah, but it's just I think that Doctor Doom could be cool, but the thing I would have loved, you could have honestly written Agatha F as a tax write-off. What would be the what would have been the coolest thing you could have done in the whole sphere of gaming plus the MCU?
Yeah.
Make Fortnite canon.
Well,
And then have Doom
I think
got
it's 616 or the 1616 universe is connected to
yeah.
those.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is what about if you just made that Doom have all his storyline from last season where you did the Doom quest and the storyline, listening
I
to him
wouldn't be
talk,
surprised if they did, to be quite honest.
but listening to him talk about why he is doing this and why he gained the powers of Pandora's box and to try and because he went to this world to try and make it into his new order. But of course he failed, and because he failed, Mephisto came onto the island and said Doom is locked away for a little while or put away for a little while. Why couldn't you have just done that? Doom breaks out of Mephisto's jail or whatever, and Robert Downey Jr. starts his new order and just goes full chaos mode. There is no one is safe.
Yeah.
And that's all you do. Just do that. That would be so cool. He breaks out of Mephisto's prison, and boom, Doctor Doom is killing everybody. He doesn't give a crap. He doesn't want peace and order anymore. He wants just full domination. And boom, you have it right there. You have that whole plot for what he can do. And then because he's so powerful, maybe he still has some power left. Just have it where that's how Scarlet Witch gets brought back because he uses the power of a box to bring someone back to life. Oh my god! Did Bounty and Ace
there's a
just
lot
find the
they could have done. And I know that Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom is going to be from the Fantastic Four movie. It's already been revealed that based off of a lot of reliable sources.
And Galactus.
and Galactus, which is going to be cool. But all I know
So
is
Doom
that
brings Galactus,
Agatha,
probably.
it was something, had a lot of potential to be a really good show. Definitely could have been on the top tier as Joker, Maleficent, Venom, Cruella. Could have been on those levels. But they did a very terrible job with the Supernatural. 3 episodes wasted on Wine Moms, Rock, and Ouija board nonsense. And a flashback episode that could have started off the show to make you care about the character.
Yeah, because you could have had your
episode showing her whole perspective, even though they did it through WandaVision. They could have done something a little bit different to kind of be like, oh, this is somebody that I relate to let me try to help her out, but also I'm going to manipulate the situation. All we know at the end of the day with Agatha, it was a pointless show, and that she is still the same person as she was from the beginning of the episode of the show to the very end. She is the same character. No character development was given besides a bunch of backstory and a bunch of nonsense, and sets up Young Avengers, which we won't get Young Avengers for another 10 years. Stop setting them up. We have Kate Bishop. That's awesome. We have Miss Marvel. Awesome. We have Spider-Man. Cool. We have a bunch of Young Avengers now. Set up Young Avenger as a young presentation or a mini series, and give us it. Just give us it. Kill off Kane or something. Introduce Doctor Doom, showing up to kill Kang at the very end. Maybe the Young Avengers have to team up with Doctor Doom just to kill this Kang. I don't know. Just something. Agatha, pointless. Nothing really special about it.
Yeah, and I think the thing with just all this stuff is just so it's just so weird, and especially where I know most of the Marvel audience is like teens or young adults now mainly, but there's also a lot of young watchers that got introduced through maybe No Way Home or In Game or
Yeah.
what, or maybe or their parents let them watch all the way through to the new stuff, to In Game or to No Way Home or whatever, and there's these things that in this show that are not kid themed at all. It's not.
It's not. You have a naked woman on screen. You have a demon showing up on screen.
Yeah, and in these shows, like yes, PG-13, but it's not. That's not even really PG-13. That's more almost R, bordering
Yeah, it's
R.
almost a TVMA kind
Yeah,
of stuff. But I don't know. I get it, because not gonna lie, I'm now starting to miss the whole. Okay, it's one story. Okay, now let's introduce something that can connect to that story. I'm kind of missing that formula to where it's just a standalone thing, but now we can do something a bit special with something else.
yeah, because the
And
thing I
I know,
love.
like, yeah, that's kind of what we're getting with the MCU, but Phase 4, Phase 5, there's still there's barely any connection. Still no references to Moon Knight. Still no references.
What, Ace? Can you hear me? Um, Technical difficulties. Think we lost Ace. Uh, Come back, man. Uh, I think we lost Ace. He kind of glitched out there for a second. Uh, oh,
Okay.
you hear me?
No, I don't know why.
There we go.
Crap. But yeah, I'm okay. Where did I leave
No,
off?
we
Oh
got
yeah.
no. Let's just say this. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Because we have talked all about Agatha, and we're just kind of done now.
Yeah, we're kind of done.
Yeah, we're dragging on about, but the main thing we want to say is I'm gonna let Ace give his rating, and then I'm gonna do mine. But Ace, tell him your rating and tell him your socials or whatever you want them to know.
All right. For the rating for the show, I'm gonna say from A to F. This is probably going to be a D tier show. It's a show that doesn't need to be watched. I don't really care about Agatha. I don't care about Billy Maximoff. I don't care about these characters. Very pointless show. Had a lot of potential, like a lot of other Marvel shows. But that's pretty much it. Obviously, guys, go follow my channel, Acebrick Studios, which will be linked down in the bio, and also my name will be tagged in the title of this video.
Yep.
Go check out my Instagram page, guys. I have a couple videos planned coming out, and yeah, that's pretty much it. And also, for a lot of you guys wondering, what the heck am I drinking? This is Bureau. This is a brand new product that was created by Tom Holland, Spider-Man himself.
Yep.
It's a non-alcoholic beverage. It allows people who have had issues with alcohol or the cravings of alcohol. Oh, and Tom Holland came out, did a whole podcast about it. You guys could go check it out somewhere on YouTube. But yeah, it's a really good drink so far. I've enjoyed every bit of it.
Yeah, go support Spider-Man instead of this show. There you go. That's what we're saying. Go support Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yep, guys, go get it. And also, by the way, it is going to ask you if you're above the age of 21. So, yes, if you're above the age of 21, go ahead, get this.
Yeah.
If you have those cravings, if you have had alcohol issues in the past, this is definitely a good drink to get. Bounty Hunter, what do you think about the show? Final thoughts, rating.
If I was gonna put this as a rating, I don't think it's worse than She-Hulk. I don't think it's worse than Ms. Marvel. I think it's better than those, but it is still very. It's still very bad. So I would probably give this show, if it was like a letter ranking, I probably would do about maybe C, D. I mean, like low C, like early D, like like, but probably D. I just really thought it wasn't enjoyable at all. It was very cringy, and then you literally had the stereotypical, "Oh my god, guys!" like this. So, I mean, I'm not going to say. Listen, I love shows that have actual diversity, like diversity of thought and skin color, whatever, and that does have ways to include different things. I mean, House of the Dragon is that there are smart people of every creed, race, religion, sexuality. There are a ton of good characters in that show that are completely out. It's not like woke, it's not sexualized. It's just, I mean, of course, House of the Dragon has, the Bow Chicka Wow Wow scenes.
Yeah.
It's Game of Thrones. But what I mean is they don't push it on you. It's not like shoved down your throat.
It's something that's not shoved down your throat. It's
like they're good. They're well written, good characters.
And there's a reason to have them sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, we can also point to Stranger Things. Look at Robin. She's one of the best characters, but she's gay. I mean, who cares, right?
Exactly.
She's a badass. She helped beat.
She's a good character, good written character.
Yeah, exactly. The thing I hate with these types of shows is like you have to put it at the forefront. No, you don't. Just give us a good show first, and then if the character's gay, they're gay. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
It's like I love Robin. I love that character. I love, I love a lot of the characters in House of the Dragon. I mean, Corley's Valerian. They changed his skin color from the book. But the way they made that change is so good because the reason why they changed it, because in the book there's a bit of a thing with it's told as a world history instead of the Targaryen history instead of like the actual events.
Mm-hmm.
The House of the Dragon is what actually happened. So in the books, Corlys is white, but in the show he's black. But the way they did it. It's in the book. It's the same way in the books. But the way they did it is because everyone thinks Rhaenyra is cheating on her husband because he's black. And that's like the son or like the heir to Corlys. And then the kids are fully white. They're not mixed or nothing at all. And she is. Because she gave that agreement to her husband. He said, you can do what you want because he's gay. And you can, and I can do what I want. And she was messing with one of the knights, which that is, no. So they had to keep it. Yeah, so it was her royal guard basically. So they had to keep that on the down low. She loved him, and then he ends up going too. But the thing I love about that is it changed it to make it a better story decision. Because it was a thing that was like, well, this is weird. She has like 4 white children, and like, at that time it might be 3.
Yeah.
but it's like 3 or 4 white children, and none of them are mixed or nothing.
Oh.
And everyone is just kind of suspecting things, you know. And it's just that was such a good change to do, because in the books it's a suspected thing, but people don't really know because all that.
Yeah.
But in the show, it's a definite article of contention, and it's such a good like story decision. But Corley's, he doesn't care. He loves his grandchildren the same way as whatever, and it shows. Like Corley's is such a good character. His wife Maelys she was the queen that never was. Like she had a chance to be queen, but Viserys took it because he was a man. And so do you see where the things are here? Where it shows like, yes, it does promote the stuff, like it does have themes, but it shows it in different ways. It's not like because of what Daemon does, he was the heir to Viserys, but because of the stupid stuff he does, he is cast out and banished, and Viserys makes Rhaenyra the heir to the throne, a woman to the throne, and of course, once he has his kids, Viserys never changed his promise. He told Rhaenyra always, "I will," but some people screw Rhaenyra out of it once he dies. I'm not spoiling who because I want you to watch it.
Yeah.
But it is such a good show, and it's just like, and then Rhaenyra becomes the queen who was, or the queen who was fallen, or the Black Queen, but then Rhaenyra shows that she still cares, and his season 2 came out. I'm at the final episode now, but it's just such that show compared to a lot of other things this year. Rings of Power and all this magic stuff. Like, you have these magic shows, and House of the Dragon is better than any of you. And it's like, because it's good. I'm sorry. HBO knows how to make a show.
Yeah.
Penguin.
They got Harry Potter. They got Harry Potter coming.
And Penguin.
Penguin, yeah.
It's like, sorry, but we're going to end now. But and for numbers, it's probably like maybe 2 to 3 out of 10.
3.
Yeah, 2 to 3. Yeah. But all right, everybody, thank you all for watching, and we will talk to you later. And for Venom: The Last Dance, or as we're recording this tonight, all at the same time. But,
exactly.
But you will see new episodes. There's probably going to be 2 or 3 next week. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah,
thank you all.
There's a lot of stuff. November, hype month for sure.
Hype month, and also the Thanksgiving special will be. Now we will be pre-recording that as well, but we want Ace, we want Sky, we want everyone here for Thanksgiving special. We might pre-record that weeks in advance. You never know, but thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you for Venom: The Last Dance.
All right, let's get it.
Oh, and also, this was episode 30. We are on 30 episodes. Yeah. We are moving
30
fast.
episodes in.
Hey,
we could definitely get to 50 before the end of the month. I know, the end of the year. Not the month, the year. The year.
May be the end of the month of how many we like to do. But
yeah.
But we will see. Probably 40 by the end of this month. But we will see y'all next time. Have a great day. Go eat some popcorn or eat popcorn. I don't know. Go see a movie.
Eat something. Just eat something.
Wait. I got a better idea. Go see Venom: The Last Dance.
Exactly.
It's coming next
still
time.
In theaters. Get that give the movie its money back. Please. I feel so bad that it's made a very poor impact. And yeah.
Make Spider-Man 4.
Yes. We need a rated R Venom.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye.
Right. Peace, y'all.